I never thought a single night could flip my world upside down like that, sitting there in the back of this swanky ballroom in downtown New York, feeling every eye rake over me like I was some kind of intruder, whispers turning into outright laughs because my simple sundress didn't scream old money like the rest of them. It was the Whitaker family's annual gala, all crystal chandeliers and black tie egos, where folks like them paraded deals and diamonds to remind everyone who's on top, and there I was, Emily Thompson, just trying to blend in, but apparently, that made me the punchline. Deep down, it stung, because I'd grown up watching my dad build Thompson Industries from nothing, teaching me that real power doesn't need sequins or spotlights. But these people, with their inherited fortunes and petty rivalries, they saw me as easy prey, especially since the Whitakers had been gunning for my family's tech empire for years, bitter over a lost bid on some prime real estate that could have boosted their portfolio. It started subtle at first, little glances, smirks behind champagne flutes, but then this woman, Lila Whitaker, the youngest daughter with her razor-sharp bob and a dress that probably cost more than my car, leaned over to her date and said loud enough for the row ahead to hear, "Who let the thrift store special in? Must be lost on her way to the staff entrance." Her laugh sliced through the air like glass, and her date, this slick venture capitalist type named Marcus, chuckled right along. Raising his glass as if toasting her cruelty, others joined in, their eyes darting my way, judging the lack of jewelry, the natural waves in my hair, no makeup to hide behind. I sat there, hands in my lap, heart pounding but face steady, because I'd dealt with this before, back in college when kids from fancy prep schools assumed I was on scholarship just because I didn't flaunt labels. But tonight, it felt personal, like the Whitakers were using me as a stand-in for their grudge against Dad, who they'd undercut in boardrooms, spreading rumors about his upstart ways to sabotage partnerships. Another guy, Victor, a hedge fund hotshot with a perpetual sneer, swirled his scotch and called out, "Darling, if you're here to network, at least fake it. Class isn't something you pick up at a discount rack." And the snickers rippled out, making the room feel smaller, heavier, like the air itself was mocking me. I didn't bite back, not yet, just adjusted my purse, eyes fixed on the stage where Harlan Whitaker, the patriarch, was about to drop his big news, his gray suit impeccable, smile all teeth and triumph. He'd built his name on cutthroat real estate flips, charming his way into deals while stabbing competitors in the back, and tonight he boomed into the mic, "Ladies and gentlemen, the Whitaker legacy just got unbreakable, resealing a $500 million partnership with Thompson Industries." The applause exploded, glasses clinking, everyone buzzing about stock surges and power plays, but I felt a quiet fire ignite inside, my fingers brushing my phone, because Dad had sent me here to scout them out, see if their charm hid the same old venom from that land deal fiasco where they tried to poach our investors with dirty tactics. Lila caught my eye again, smirking as she whispered to a friend, "Look at her, probably dreaming of scraps from the table." And then Serena, this tech startup queen dripping in pearls, sauntered over, leaning in with her overpowering perfume. "Honey, if you're confused, the kitchens that way might find a job more your speed." Pointing with those manicured nails, her voice dripping sarcasm, the nearby table erupting in giggles. It built up like that, wave after wave. Harlan's wife, Evelyn, the ice queen matriarch with her tight chignon and sharper gaze, waving off a server heading my way, snapping, "Not her, she's back there for a reason, fetch us the good vintage instead." And then turning to me directly, "Girl, if you're not help, what are you?" Those clothes screamed charity case. My jaw tightened, but I held it together, sipping water slowly, whispering back, "I'm right where I belong," which only made her huff and the laugh swell louder. Then came Brody Whitaker, the cocky son in his tailored tux, strutting over with a grin that screamed entitlement, been the one spreading those investor lies years ago, jealous of Dad's self-made success, and shoved a $50 bill into my hand. "Here, a tip for crashing with style." His voice mocking, the bill crinkling in my fingers as the room howled, feeding off the humiliation like it was oxygen. Inside, it burned not just the insult, but the deeper cut, knowing this stemmed from their family's resentment, how they'd lost that real estate war and blamed us for playing dirty when it was their underhanded bids that backfired. But then, something shifted. I stood up, heels clicking softly on the marble, and the murmurs quieted just a touch as I said, clear and calm. Actually, I'm Emily Thompson, daughter of the CEO you're all toasting. Scoffs erupted, Evelyn rolling her eyes. Photoshop's easy. Sweetie, who are you really fooling? Brody crossed his arms, laughing. If you're his kid, why the bargain bin vibe? Come on, drop the act. I pulled out my phone, swiping to a photo of me and Dad at a quiet family event. Holding it up, the room hushed, glasses trembling, as realization dawned on a few faces, but Lila pushed forward, voice whipping. Fake. If you were legit, you dress like you matter. What's your angle here? The tension coiled tight, my hand steady on the phone, but inside, the years of being underestimated flashed by. Dad's lessons in his old office, pen in hand at 16, telling me powers and actions, not appearances, especially against folks like the Whitakers who'd claw for status, cause theirs was crumbling under bad deals. That's when I dialed, thumb hitting speaker, the ring echoing through the stunned hall. Dad's voice came through, warm but edged. Emily, everything okay? Eyes widened, Harlan dropping his mic with a clatter as I said, cool as ice. Dad, kill the partnership right now. The words landed like thunder, whispers exploding into chaos, Lila's face paling as she fluttered. Wait, it was just Funa mix-up. Brody stepped up, hands raised, forced chuckle cracking. Come on, we were kidding. No hard feelings. Evelyn pushed through, voice breaking as she dropped to her knees. Yeah, knees begging. Please, you don't get it. This deal saves us from the red after that land mess you caused. But I stood firm, arms crossed, the room watching her unravel. This woman who'd commanded like a queen now pleading at my feet, security stepping in as she lunged for my phone, screaming, You've destroyed us, you upstart bitch. Flashes from journalists lit the place up, a news ticker on the wall blaring, Thompson Whitaker deal dead. Harlan gripping the podium, face ashen, shareholders bolting for doors, phones buzzing with panic cells. I didn't gloat, just climbed the stage, looking out at them all, the Whitakers averting eyes, Lila hiding behind her hands. Brody's smirk long gone, and said softly, but it carried. Insult me, fine, but expect my family's loyalty? That's where you went wrong. The silence was electric, cameras clicking as I walked out, cool night air hitting my face. The city skyline twinkling like it approved. By morning, headlines screamed it all. Whitakers tanked, Harlan ousted from his board, Lila's endorsements vanishing, Brody's firm dropping him like hot coal, their name poisoned now, all because their arrogance, rooted in that old grudge, finally bit back. I sat in a corner diner later, coffee steaming, watching a beat-up truck rumble by, reminding me of Dad's early days hauling gear before Thompson Industries boomed, simple roots that kept me grounded. But here's the thing that lingers: was it justice? Or just power flexing back? They pushed cause of envy. Yeah, but did I go too far, wielding family clout like that? Makes you think about these community clashes, right? Old money versus new, grudges festering under smiles. What do you say? Drop a comment below. Have you faced something like this, where underestimating someone blew up in faces? Was I right to pull the plug, or should forgiveness have played a part? Share your take, hit like if it hit home, and subscribe for more real talk stories that unpack the mess of human egos. Let's chat it out.